SpaceX Starship test ends in failure. SpaceX's Starship rocket disintegrated over the Indian Ocean during its 9th test flight. Despite the failure, the mission provided valuable data for future launches. ICC considers arrest warrants for Israeli ministers. The International Criminal Court is preparing arrest warrants for Israeli far-right ministers over alleged war crimes related to West Bank settlements. Global warming may exceed 1.5 degrees Celsius by 2029. The World Meteorological Organization predicts a 70% chance that global temperatures will surpass the 1.5 degrees Celsius threshold between 2025 and 2029. 2029 US will not seek death penalty for El Chapo's son. The US Department of Justice announced it will not pursue the death penalty against Joaquin Guzman Lopez, son of the notorious drug lord El Chapo. Trump halts student visa interviews. President Trump has ordered a pause on all student visa interviews at US embassies, citing national security concerns. Taiwan pledges to buy more US goods amid tariff threats. In response to looming 32% US tariffs, Taiwan's president has committed to increasing imports of American products. French court to deliver verdict in massive child abuse case. A French court is set to deliver a verdict in a case involving a former surgeon accused of sexually abusing 299 children. Germany plans to abolish fast-track citizenship path. Germany's cabinet is expected to approve legislation eliminating the expedited path to citizenship. US risks future by limiting foreign students, warns Raghuram Rajan. Former RBI Governor Raghuram Rajan cautions that restricting foreign students could harm the US economy and innovation. Trump proposes $61 billion Golden Dome deal to Canada. President Trump offers Canada a missile defense system for $61 billion, or suggests it become the 51st US state for free entry. ASEAN opens summit with Gulf nations and China amid US tariff threats. ASEAN holds a tripartite summit with China and Gulf countries to bolster economic resilience against US tariffs. Albania's Socialist Party wins 4th term amid opposition protests. Albania's ruling Socialist Party secures a 4th term, while opposition leader Sali Berisha refuses to concede and calls for protests. Mali sees pro-democracy protests against military junta. Hundreds protest in Mali's capital, demanding democratic reforms and an end to military rule. Nepalese rally for restoration of monarchy. Thousands in Nepal demonstrate in favor of reinstating the monarchy, calling for former King Gyanendra's return. US and Houthis agree to ceasefire in Yemen. A ceasefire between the US and Yemen's Houthi rebels takes effect, ending months of hostilities. King Charles III visits Canada amid US trade tensions. King Charles III opens Canada's 45th Parliament, reaffirming ties amid US trade disputes. Paralympic chief challenges Brisbane 2032 organizers. The International Paralympic Committee president urges Brisbane to surpass Sydney's success in hosting the 2032 Games. Iran considers allowing US inspectors if nuclear deal reached. Iran signals willingness to accept American IAEA inspectors contingent on a new nuclear agreement. At least 5 wounded in Connecticut mall. A shooting at a Connecticut mall leaves at least 5 people injured. Investigation is ongoing. University of California targeted in anti-Semitism probe. The University of California faces a federal investigation into alleged anti-Semitism on campus. Trump administration sues North Carolina over voter records. The Justice Department sues North Carolina demanding access to voter registration records. Trump's campaign against law firms faces legal setback. A federal judge blocks President Trump's executive orders targeting law firms, marking a legal defeat. Country to fine passengers for standing before plane stops. A country introduces fines for airline passengers who stand before the plane has come to a complete stop. Earth's average temperature for 2025 to 2029 may exceed 1.5 degrees Celsius limit. The WMO warns of an 80% chance that at least 1 year between 2025 and 2029 will be the warmest on record. Cryptocurrency market update. Bitcoin surpasses $109,000. Bitcoin's price rises above $109,000, with SPX emerging as the top gainer in the crypto market. Iran open to US inspectors. If nuclear deal reached, Iran's nuclear chief, Mohammad Eslami, announced that Iran might permit American inspectors from the International Atomic Energy Agency, IAEA, to access its nuclear sites, contingent upon reaching a new agreement with the United States. This development comes ahead of anticipated negotiations aimed at resolving the long-standing dispute over Iran's nuclear program. ICC prosecutors' arrest warrant plans for Israeli ministers delayed. The International Criminal Court's chief prosecutor, Karim Khan, was preparing arrest warrants for Israeli ministers Bezalel Smotrich and Itamar Ben-Gvir over alleged war crimes related to West Bank settlements. However, Khan's efforts have been stalled due to his